Hi bookish friend, I'm Rox and today we are setting up a reading journal spread for Part of Your World by Aby Jimenez. This is actually part of a book series and I found that out because I wanted to read the third book in the series, and while listening to a vlogger that was talking about it, I heard that it's part of the series, so I decided to start with the first book. This is actually the last reading journal spread that we are setting up in this notebook. I've had it since 2023, I think, or 2024, and I've set up all my reading spreads in here. I also, since it's craft paper, I used some pages for other collages, but it is time to say goodbye to it and start a new reading journal. Actually, if you've seen my reading journal setup for 2026 that I've posted in the beginning of the year, you might have seen that I was setting up a notebook with white pages, but then my reading journal spreads continued to be on craft paper. Well, actually, this is the reason I wanted to fill the whole notebook and then move on to the next one. This means that the first few books of 2026 have spreads in this notebook, but that's not an issue for me. I really loved to use a craft paper notebook. It was the first one that I used and it is from Notebook Therapy. Actually, even though I started that white paper notebook, I have another craft paper notebook already lined up for when that will be also filled in, which will take a few years, but yeah, I'm prepared. But that's enough talk about the notebooks and my plans to use them. Let's maybe also talk about the book. I've read this in February and March, and to be honest, I kind of forgot a lot of what was happening. I do remember the story was about a female main character whose name I forgot. Okay, memory refreshed. Her name is Alexis, and it's her story when she meets Daniel. She is a 30-something-year-old doctor who feels kind of trapped in her job because there's this tradition in her family. They're all doctors, and there is a hospital where there was always a Montgomery. Her name is Alexis Montgomery, and there was always a Montgomery doctor in this hospital, so it's really important that she has this job. And then she meets Daniel, who is much younger than her, and he lives in a small town and runs a B&B, and also he does carpenter work as a hobby. The two of them meet and they start to have a relationship, which Alexis never considers to be serious, until she kind of realizes that she's a little bit, very much actually, in love with Daniel, and she keeps refusing to accept it because she believes he could never be part of her world. So the book tells their story, and you find out if they remain together or not, but it's a romance, so you know how that usually goes. And a lot of this book is actually about the conflict and the differences between them and how she has a very hard time accepting it. The part that annoyed me most about this was that Alexis, while being, I don't remember her exact age, she was over 35, I think, or around that, and she was having a relationship with her parents when she was behaving like she was a teenager, like she had to definitely listen to what they say. She was ashamed to tell them some things, like tell them about Daniel and so on. but overall it was a nice quick read and I do recommend it. This was all for today. See you next time.